Hi class, our topic is all about basic web concept. Internet. Internet is a worldwide collection of computers interconnected to one another, either wired or wireless, including all computers. So it is simply the way computers connect with each other in order to share information. Next is network. A network, it is defined as several computers connected together for the purpose of sharing resources. So it means that it is a group of computers connected with each other to communicate and share information and resources like hardware, data, and software. Capabilities of Internet. Number one is email. Email is an electronic mail, as a process of exchanging messages between people by which digital information can be sent, received, forwarded, and stored using telecommunication network. Next is search for data information. So it means that the search for data information is a search engine. So an example of a search engine are the Google, the Bing, Yahoo. So it is a web-based tool that enables users to locate information on the World Wide Web. Number 3, group discussion. It's a group of people who exchange messages about topics of common interest. It can be an online forums or an email list. Number 4 is entertainment. An entertainment is used to entertain people like music and movie. Online shopping is an activity of purchasing goods or services from a website over the internet. So you can shop through online using Lazada, Amazon, Shopee, etc. Next is download programs. Download programs file is a program. This can be malware and any program like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or it can be games. Next is communication. Communication, it refers as the sharing of information, ideas, or simply word over the World Wide Web like Facebook, Twitter, Licklider, WhatsApp, Hangouts, etc. History of the Internet. The Internet is one of the most important tools in recent history, giving us access to countless amounts of information. This show wouldn't exist without the Internet, and to show our respect to this wonderful invention, I give you a brief history of how it all came to be. In 1957, USSR launches Sputnik into space. In response, the USA creates DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, to start work of becoming the leading nation in a new science and technological discovery. So the DARPA is an agency within the Department of Defense, is responsible for the development of a new technology. In 1961, Leonard Kleinrock at MIT wrote a paper called Information Flow in a Large Communication Net, which communicate this theory and concept of packet switching. the technology underpinning internet connection. So this is the packet switching. So the packet switching is used to transfer small pieces data across the various network. In 1962, Joseph Carl Robnett Licklider, known simply as GCR or Lick, was an American psychologist and a computer scientist. He created the idea of a universal network that computer can talk to one another. And also, he invented the ARPANET, which led to the Internet. So, it is the first wide area packet switching network. It was distributed and controlled one another like it, and also implement the TCP or IP protocol. So, this is the first computer network. In 1965, the first wide area computer network was created. The ATX2 Massachusetts computer to another computer based in California using a relatively low-speed dial-up telephone line. So the first telephone line before was very slow. In 1969, the ARPANET is born. So the network was wired together via 50 kbps circuits. So the first message sent across the network was supposed to have been logged in but crashed when the letter G was typed in. So the ARPANET is sponsored by Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. So that is the DARPA. So the linking 4 nodes are at the University of California, in LA, in Stanford Research Institute, and in the University of California at Santa Barbara, and in the University of Utah. 1970, Network Control Protocol is designed. It allowing connection and flow control between processes running on different computer hosts. So this NCP is a set of protocol forming a part of point-to-point protocol or used to transmit multi-protocol data between two connected computers. In 1971, Vint Cerf is an American internet pioneer who is recognized as one of the father of the 1972 email is introduced by Ray Tomlinson. He created was to become the standard internet email address format using the @ sign to separate username and hosts. 1974, Transmission Control Protocol or the Internet Protocol is designed. So a proposal was published to link ARPA-like network together into a so-called inter-network, which would have no central control and would work around transmission control protocol. In 1977, the first PC modem was discovered by Dennis Hayes and Dale Hetherington. He introduced and initially sold out to the computer hobbyists. 1978. The BBS is developed and SPAM is born. A bulletin board system or BBS is a computer server running software that allows users to connect to the system using a terminal program. So the BBS is a direct chatting. And then the SPAM is a digital junk mail. In 1982, Scatman Feldman he discovered the first emoticon, and it is born and use of the term Internet instead of ARPANET. In 1957, The first name of the internet is DARPA, and in 1969 became ARPANET, and in the year 1982 it was renamed as Internet. Over the 1980s, a grant from the U.S. National Science Foundation allowed smaller universities to connect to ARPANET to share information with those who couldn't directly connect to the network. By the late 1980s, schools in around 25 countries had connected to the network. In 1983, the U.S. military was given its own branch of ARPANET called MILNET for secure communication, allowing other research and communication to take place on ARPANET. 1984, domain name system was developed. DNS server allow internet user to type in and easy to remember domain name and then converted to IP address automatically. So the domain name is a component of URL. It is used to access website. For example, google.com, facebook.com, mpc.edu.ph are the example of domain name. In 1988, Internet Relay Chat is developed. IRC paved way for real-time chat and the instant messaging program that we use today. So this is the example. And the IRC, it allows people to communicate with each other from any place in the world at the same time. 1989, AOL is launched and World Wide Web proposal. When Apple pulled out of the Apple Link program in 1989, the project was renamed and America Online was born. AOL is an American web portal and online service provider and provide dial-up internet access. At the time, you cannot use your telephone and internet at the same time. Also, in the same year, the proposal for the World Wide Web was written by Tim Berners-Lee. In 1990, first commercial dial-up ISP and World Wide Web protocol finished. The first commercial dial-up internet service provider, the world was launched with it. ARPANET ceased to exist. Also, the code for the World Wide Web was written by Tim Berners-Lee based from his proposal from the year before with the standard for HTML, HTTP, and URLs. In 1991, the first website and first content-based research protocol was developed and the first web page was created, and its purpose was to explain what the World Wide Web is. It was purely text-based site with lots of highlighted links embedded into text which link user to other addresses and pages. In 1994, Yahoo was founded by David Filo and Jerry Yang. They developed the internet search engine called Yahoo. Yahoo provides internet communication services such as Messenger and Yahoo Mail, and they offer social networking services such as MyWeb, Personals, and Flickr. In 1995, commercialization on the Internet and JavaScript are introduced. The first SSL secure socket layer encryption was developed by Netscape. Java and JavaScript was first introduced to the public in 1995. So the SSL, they make safer to conduct financial transactions which involve credit card payments. Then the Java was originally called LiveScript. It was deployed as a part of Netscape. In 1996, Hotmail is introduced. The first webmail service to launch on the Internet. In 1998, Google and Napster are launched. Google is brought online, revolutionizing the way people search for information through its pioneering ranking system that users link to assess website popularity. Also, in the same year, Napster launched the opening of the gates to mainstream file sharing and audio files over the Internet. In 2001, Wikipedia is launched, one of the websites that paved the way for collective web content generation social media. So the Wikipedia is a free online encyclopedia. In 2003, Skype and MySpace are launched. Skype is released to the public, giving a user-friendly interface to voice over IP calling, while MySpace became the most popular social site. It was originally founded as a venue for aspiring musicians and bands to share music and concert dates. MySpace has grown into a complex site where users can create profiles including photographs, you can blog, music, or movie. In 2004, Facebook is launched by Mark Zuckerberg. 2005, YouTube was founded by Steve Chen, Chad Hurley, and Jave Karim. YouTube is launched, bringing free online video hosting and sharing to the masses. And it was originally created as a platform for anyone to post any video content if they desired. It was hoped that users could use the site to upload, share, and view content without restriction. It has since grown to become one of the foremost video distribution site in the world. 2006, Jack Dorsey Twitter is launched. It was originally going to be called Twitter, inspired by Flickr. 2007, Hulu and iPhone was launched. Hulu was first launched, a joint venture between ABC, NBC, and Fox to make popular TV shows available to watch online. Also, the iPhone was launched, to which renewed interest in mobile web application and design. The Internet is a complicated network. It was being managed by ICANN. An ICANN is a profit organization focused on managing IP address, DNS routes, and other parameters. Accessing the web. We have different types of Internet to access technology. One of these is the dial-up analog 56K. Next is digital subscriber line or DSL. Cable, fiber optics, wireless broadband, mobile internet. Web browser is software application used to locate, retrieve, and display content on the World Wide Web, including web pages, images, video, and other files. So, it is a program used for accessing site or information on a net such as the World Wide Web. Google Chrome was developed by Google. It was released in 2008 and it's the most popular search engine. Every month, approximately 79 billion people use Google to find all kinds of information on the web. Firefox is a new browser derived from Mozilla. It was released in 2004 and has grown to be the second most popular browser on the internet. Internet Explorer is a product from software giant Microsoft. This is the most commonly used browser in the university. This was introduced in 1995. Microsoft Edge, this is a code Spartan, is a web browser developed by Microsoft and included in the company's Windows 10 operating system, replacing Internet Explorer as the default web browser on all device classes. Opera is a web browser developed by Opera Software. This latest version is available for Microsoft Windows, OS X, and Linux operating system and uses the Blink layout engine. Safari. Safari is a web browser developed by Apple Incorporated and included in Mac OS X. It was first released as a public beta in January 2003. Safari is a very good support for latest technologies like XHTML and CSS2. Conqueror, a free open source web browser and file manager, provide web access and file viewer functionality for the systems. Linux. It is a customizable text-based web browser for use on cursor, character, cell, terminal. This is the oldest web browser. DuckDuckGo is an internet search engine that emphasizes protecting searchers' privacy and avoiding the filter bubble of personalized search results. One of its first advertisements was urging people to look at Google with the slogan, "Google Track You."